Hello and welcome to another update video about ICP. ICP continues to be in this downtrend that I talked about in the last video already. It actually followed through further and has now dipped into the yellow support zone that I've had on the chart already, well, months ago. And it seems like that now this wave 2 is finally playing out. We were watching for that either directly or after a more substantial B wave rally. That was the alternative. It takes the direct path, which means we can get this done quicker, which is normally appreciated. And yeah, I mean, the idea is still on this chart that a 5-wave move to the upside formed. That's the Elliott wave perspective. And that could either be a wave A in the yellow count, and now we're in a wave B pullback, or it's a wave 1 in the white count, and we're in a wave 2 pullback. The support areas are the same for both. So it doesn't really matter. We don't need to distinguish between the two. But I just have the yellow count, like the A, B on the chart, just to make sure that people understand that the next rally, the C wave, could be the last one. Okay, if things go well, we get another 4-5 pattern, but they can always top after 3 waves, these cryptocurrencies. They can always top after 3 waves. Nevertheless, as soon as this correction is finished, there could be an opportunity, but at the moment there is no sign it's finished. There hasn't been any sign it's finished for the last few months, so the sell-off shouldn't be surprising, at least. Okay, this sideways range was really mind-numbing. At least we get a bit of a move here, and the idea is that this is now a third wave of wave C. Okay, within wave B or 2. Now, if we then look at the micro patterns, the third wave, what level should the third wave reach? So we can determine that based on the length of the wave 1. We go to the high of the wave 2. What I'd like to see normally is the wave 3 to reach the 1.236 minimally, or the 1.38 extensions. And that's here, the area between $8.02 to $8.49. Okay, can always go lower, but that is sort of, let's say, the first target range. And I think we are steering towards that area. Then we should get a wave 4. I would pay attention to the trend line. Different ways of drawing that trend line potentially. This is probably the most relevant one. So pay attention to the trend line when we get the wave 4 corrective rally. I think a break above the trend line could then indicate already a low, but we need a 5-wave move above resistance, and I can't give you resistance yet because we haven't bottomed in wave 3. Wave 5 should then send us down lower, possibly to 761, 732, 666. These are all next fib levels to watch. Bottom line is we're currently in a downtrend. You could use the trend line as, well, at the moment as resistance, because I believe that the C wave to the downside is an ending diagonal. I can add a Fibonacci resistance range, yeah, for sure. It's just that it will have to be moved with the price, okay? At the moment, this would be the resistance area. It's between the 38.2 and the 61.8 retracements. That is if now wave 4 starts. Only a break above $11.79 will make me consider that a more substantial low has formed. And if we then see a rally in 5 waves, that would be an even better signal. But for now, yeah, the focus is on the downside, either directly, or if we get a bounce from the mentioned areas, then I will first watch for a corrective bounce, which would be an ABC structure. So the wave 4 would most likely unfold as an A, B, C structure in the white scenario. Bear in mind that a low can always form after 3 waves if this is not an A, B, C structure to the downside, but a WXY pattern. Now, these are rare, and they would require additional evidence, like, as I said, a 5-wave move up above resistance, and ideally then even a 3-wave corrective pullback, which tells us that the trend has shifted back to the upside. However, all the rallies here from this top, or since this top, since the March top, they've all been corrective. They've all been 3-wave rallies. And therefore, the focus is further on the downside. A 3-wave rally can always turn into a larger 3-wave rally. That's why we were alternatively watching for a higher B wave. But again, it was only the alternative and would have eventually probably sent us back lower anyway. But it would have delayed the entire sell-off. So I'm quite happy that it's happening directly, because then ideally we're going to get this finished. Okay, we now have an A wave, we have a B wave, and the C wave is sort of, yeah, we're in the midst of the C wave, maybe even in the late stages. That's the current idea. Yeah. Still, though, there is no low in place until I see a first, upside impulse or a break above resistance or something that tells us the trend is changing. At the moment, the trend is down. So I think that needs to be the mindset many people struggle with. The trend is down, okay? Nobody knows where it will, how low it will go. It could go to zero, right? But that's not the expectation. So we've got the relevant fib levels, the support levels on the chart where we can be watching for reactions. Only the market will decide if it will react there, but often they do, these charts. Okay, that's my update about ICP. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.